Hello Oracles! Well, it is that time again for the update for the month for my income and investments. So I do this because several of you have asked, and all year long I have been talking about how cash flow generation, especially during times like these, is so vital to be able to invest properly and increase your wealth and net worth over time. And so I want to show you guys what I am doing. Again, this is not financial advice. This is just how I am doing it, but to show you that, I'm actually practicing what I am preaching. And so I want to show you guys what I have done, my progress over the course of the month, and my progress over the course of the year. Now, in the description down below, you will find all of the spreadsheets that I have. If you guys have any issues viewing them, please let me know. I'm in the process of converting them all over to Excel, and in the future, I will be able to share them on here with you guys. I was practicing with it today. Some of you guys know I am technology challenged. I was working on it. I'm almost there, so I should have it up and running by the time we get to next month's video. I'll be able to share them all with you guys on here. So to start off, we go with the expenses. Looking at any time you're looking at your budget, the most important thing is expenses. What do you have for expenses? Where can you cut out? What do you actually need for cash flow coming in just to meet those expenses? And so for the month, my planned expenses were $4,246, and I actually came in over budget by $240 at $4,486. Now this month was the first vacation I had taken in 2 years. So we went to San Diego, I took my son. So even with all of that, being over only $240, I am totally okay with. Worth it, spending time with family, there is no price you can put on that. So I don't mind being over budget, but now looking forward, I can take a look at some of the other expenses that I have and say, all right, what else can I cut down off of that to be able to come up? Now, when it comes to my income more than made up for that because I was actually over with income as well. My planned income for the month was $4,325, and I actually came in at $4,753. So I was over my budget for income by $428. So overall, I was still net positive on the month. And this leaves me with $267 in free cash flow, which is just my income minus my expenses. And I took that $267 and I put it into my savings. And now my income sources, I break down by percentage and how much of that income source contributes to my overall income. So my main job, of course, is going to be the majority of that. And my main job makes up 83% of my income for the month, which was just over $3,900. Next is YouTube, and YouTube made up almost 16% of my income at $750. So thank you all so much for viewing and sharing. It has been a huge help from me, and I truly appreciate all the support. Next is Patreon, and Patreon brought in just under 1% at $33 for the month. So to all of my patrons who are on here watching, I do truly appreciate all of the support, and please let me know if there's anything I can do, because for me, when it comes down to it, the Patreon support is you guys are directly using your own money versus Google paying me in most cases. So I truly, truly appreciate all of the support there as well. And lastly, at about 0.5% is my freebies. And the freebies are just the things I get back in kickbacks from like my BlockFi card where I'm getting, interest back on my Bitcoin that's in there. I get 1% back in Bitcoin for everything that I spend on the card. My Cash App card, I get 5% back in Bitcoin for a meal once a week when I go out to eat with my son. So all these little freebies do add up, and I made about $30 in freebies alone for the month just from these little things from spending as I normally would. And now with all of those expenses that I had, I do include all of my investments within those expenses. So my investments for the month were $2,800. Now some of that is my 401k that comes out pre-tax, so that's a little bit different there. I'm going to be updating all my spreadsheets to include all of that and work it out evenly. But still, $2,800 of my income that came in went towards investments for the future. Now for me, that's very important. Looking at my portfolio gains for the month, I'm actually down 7.5% on the month. To me, it's not a big concern. We talk about it on here regularly. Fortunes are born during bear markets. And right now, during a bear market, the reason fortunes are born is because people invest during those times when the market is suppressed. So me investing $2,800 during a time when the market is down tells me that in the future I will have significantly higher net worth due to my investments during these times. This is again why cash flow generation is so important. And now within my portfolio, within my 401k, I can't control a lot of that, so I have to pick and choose what different funds I want to put my money into, and I took a look at many of them to see who is the most heavily invested in Tesla. So my 401k isn't a lot in Tesla just because I can't physically do it, but I chose the ones that were most highly invested, so I'm right around 17 to 20% of Tesla in my 401k. Now in my personal portfolio, I started off the month at around 61% Tesla, now I'm at 66%. So I am growing my stake in Tesla over the course of the month, and I do plan on getting to 69% and potentially higher by the end of the year. Again, I am still looking to be purchasing a house, so a good chunk of my money is actually getting put into cash right now for a down payment on that. I'm anticipating the housing market coming down to be able to purchase a house, and I'm going to utilize that house to rent out as well so that I can invest more into Tesla in the future. So some people are, I get some criticism for not being all in Tesla. It's stupid to have cash on the sidelines. Why wouldn't you want to be in Tesla? I understand that from a standpoint where somebody who already has, thousands of shares of Tesla, sure, just keep on investing in there. But for somebody who's still building up their stake, I only have 33 shares in my main portfolio of Tesla. I want to have significantly more than that. That is not enough shares for me to be able to retire on. And I do want to be able to retire very soon, or at least leave my job in a relatively soon manner. And in doing so, I'm going to lose some of that. So I want to be able to get as much cash flow generation coming in so I can both live a happier, less stressful life and still be able to invest heavily into Tesla. So for me, and again, you guys need to do your own due diligence and figure out what is the best situation and strategy for you. So for me, that is the best strategy right now, is to use some of my money to invest into other things to create more cash flow generation to be able to invest more into Tesla. And so one of the spreadsheets that I do have set up is called my Millionaire spreadsheet. It's for when I am anticipating myself hitting millionaire status. I am very conservative with it, assuming a lot of things do not happen. I don't like to be disappointed. My emotions get involved significantly when I set high goals for myself and I miss them. I am very hard on myself. So in order to overcome that, I've kind of had to find a little loophole for myself, and that is shoot the bar pretty low, but still aggressive, and aggressively low bar, but still push myself so that I can achieve these goals and feel good about them, and then I push it a little bit higher. I do it with a lot of things in my life when it comes to growing the channel, growing my net worth. So on this Millionaire chart, I have a relatively slow growth projected, and at this point right now, I am projected to hit millionaire status by May 5th of 2028. Because the majority of my net worth right now is in the stock market between my portfolio and my 401k, it fluctuates significantly over the course of the month. So I don't really hold to it, and I have a feeling I'm going to hit that significantly sooner than May 5th of 2028. But as of right now, based upon the chart, that is when I am going to hit this. And so just breaking all of those columns down as to where all of my net worth is coming from, I break it down in columns. So I have my debt column, which I'm technically debt-free. I still owe my dad $950. It's zero interest. That's going to be paid off in the next few months, so I'm not too concerned about that. But then I still have that on there, so that'll be wiped out relatively soon. And then I have my portfolio. My portfolio at the end of the month was $13,615. And then I have my main 401k portfolio, which is around $40,000. I have a secondary 401k outside of my job, which is around $2,600. I have my Roth IRA, which is around $9,300. The majority of that is also in Tesla. I split that between Tesla and QYLD. QYLD has been very good for me over the course of the year. I have already gained about $270 alone just from the dividends that I have been receiving from QYLD. That's an entire share of Tesla right there just from those dividends. So during this bear market, that has been very good for me in my growth of my portfolio. Then I have my HSA, which is my health savings account. That is another tax-free account that I can be investing in. And once I hit $10,000 in that, I can actually invest in stocks individually. So at that point, I will be putting that over into Tesla. And right now that account is just over $4,500. And then finally in my savings, I have just over $23,000, which is being put aside right now for the down payment on the house that I plan on purchasing. So I'm not going to dump it all into there. I have to be wise with that, and I'll figure out how much I want to put on a down payment. A lot of things to happen over the course of the next 6 to 12 months based upon the housing market. Just making sure I find the right deal. I just don't want to buy. I want to buy something and be wise about it. So my total net worth at the end of August was $92,241. So over the course of the month, my net worth actually dropped $1,700, but over the course of the year, my net worth has gone up $30,000. So again, this is the strategy I have been using for myself. I am very tight with my expenses. I live a very simple life, and I try to take as much money as I can and either invest it or put it aside to invest in the future. So for me, that's how I am doing it, because I want to do this now and take some time back so that I can invest and live the life that I want to live down the road and be able to pass more wealth off to my son in the future as well. And so again, this video is out here not as financial advice, just because I want to be transparent with you guys about what I'm doing with my income, with my expenses, how I'm investing, so that this way you guys can see that, I am practicing what I am preaching. And for me, I set all of these spreadsheets up, and it's actually relatively easy to track. It takes me a little while on every weekend. I go through, I update all of my expenses, and once I put all the spreadsheets together, it'll speed it up even more. And I like to be an open book, because for me, if I'm open, I can get suggestions from other people, maybe you guys, and I've already heard it from some of you in the past. You've given me some great ideas to be able to change some things, change some of my expenses, maybe look at investing slightly differently. So I appreciate all of that. And I like sharing that with you guys, and I like to track it because I like to see, all right, are the actions that I am taking, am I getting a good return on that investment? Are the actions I am taking actually making progress for me? In order for me to get out of debt, I really had to track all of my expenses. I was 5 years ago $65,000 in debt, and now here I am with almost no debt, and I have a net worth of almost $100,000. So it takes a lot of time, a lot of effort, but I put it all together, and this is what I'm sharing with you guys. So I highly recommend, if you're in a situation where you're trying to grow your net worth and you're trying to cut down on your debt, definitely track things. Track everything you possibly can, come up with different spreadsheets. I am totally open if you guys want to have conversations to discuss how I did it. I have helped many people in the past be able to cut down on their debt and go from debt to purchasing a house within several years. So again, everybody's situation is different. I am not the financial advisor, so the advice I give to you guys is strictly just from something that I have learned from my own experience, and that has worked for me and others. But if you guys are open to it and you're looking for suggestions, I am more than willing to help. And now all of the spreadsheets that I have that are down below, I update them on a weekly basis, and I do put those over on Patreon. I also have my Tesla production and delivery forecast. I've got my valuation model and all of my price targets over on Patreon as well, if you guys would like to join over there. Otherwise, I will be sharing these same things with you on a monthly basis on this channel. Let me know in the comments below, is there anything you guys do to track your own net worth, track your expenses, track your income and your portfolios? What do you guys do to do all of this? Or do you guys just, go with the flow and run with it? And there's nothing wrong with either strategy as long as you are happy with the progress you are making, or you're just happy in your life in general. Does not matter. For me, this is how I do it. Let me know what you guys do. And just a quick shout out to our youngest subscriber on here. Ariana, you are awesome. I thank you for your support. And if you take a look at your wealth and do what you can to learn about it in the future, you are going to do very well down the road. Thank you all so much for watching. I appreciate all of your support and feedback. If you have not subscribed, please do so down below. Sign yourself up for notifications. I am over on Twitter at OracleTim1. I share all the latest Tesla news, pertinent stock market information, and all of my daily trades. We do have a Discord chat. That link is down in the description. And we do have that Patreon. That link is down in the description as well. Thank you so much. Have a great one.